Hi everyone. I love recipes. I love recipe books. I read them, but my grandmother left me some recipes, so this is a box. This is a box I have my grandma Mary's recipes in. Some of them are handwritten. Some of them she just pulled out of magazines. This is one. You can't hardly see it anymore. I'm going to have to copy it because I can barely read it. But it is her butter cake. So I feel like I'm in a cooking contest. I'm in the kitchen, and Mary Berry has given me a technical challenge. There's no instructions, just ingredients. I don't know how long to cook it. I don't know if the butter needs to be melted. I'm just winging it. So the instructions or the directions or whatever you want to say, the ingredients is a half a cup of butter, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm going to stir that together first because I think it should. I don't know if it needs to be mixed, if that's too much, because I tried to make this another time and it kind of didn't make. So I'm going to do it a different way. So I'm going to stir this up. I wish I'd had more of her recipes. I've written them down and put them on my computer so I would keep them because they're really hard to read. She's been gone about 10 years. And at my cafe, I have something called Mary's Meals. And it's soup and dessert. It's for any caregivers that are shut in with their person that they take care of. They can have it. We can even deliver it if it's in town. It's free. Even the person that they're taking care of, we give it to them. You know, it's just something to help them. They get locked in. They can't go out. They can't, it's just so hard for them. So that's pretty well mixed up. So I'm going to add the rest of it. It's 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of flour, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. This up. I know she made it a lot when I was younger, and I really, really liked it. So the last thing is a half a cup of milk. So let me get the milk real quick. Now that I got that done. Well, not really, but I just like to be home sometimes. So it's all looking good. Looks different than the first time when I tried to make it. So Grandma Mary, I'm trying. Move this out of the way. And it didn't say what kind of pan or anything, so I'm just using a loaf pan. I've greased it and floured it a little bit. So that's the batter. It looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in here. I'm at home. I forgot my tripod, so I'm trying to do this without having a tripod. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to lean the camera this way. So I have it in the pan. I'm going to put it in the oven. Everyone, I'm back with Grandma Mary's butter cake. So I have it out, and it didn't get big, so it was fine in the loaf pan. Smells great. Looks good. Golden color. So now I'm going to try to figure out the icing part. So she says 1/4 pound of margarine. I'm thinking that it's probably 1 stick of butter. And I don't use margarine, but, my grandmother did back then. They used a lot of margarine. So it's 1/4 margarine, a half a cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of cream or milk. So I had some condensed milk. We're going to try that. So I'm just going to whip this up a little bit. I'm going to put the sugar in. Like that. And lastly, I'm going to add the condensed milk in there. And it's just 2 teaspoons of condensed milk. Not a whole lot. I think this icing is going to be pretty sweet. And I thought it should be something different than sugar. She doesn't say granulated sugar or powdered sugar. This is not looking quite right. Let me whip it some more. Maybe put a little bit more, maybe just some regular milk. I feel like in the tent, Mary Berry gave me a technical. I am going to put just like half a tablespoon, just a little bit of milk in here. Regular milk. Let's see how that does. So that still doesn't look quite right. Maybe spatula. I don't know. Maybe that is right. It's real fluffy. Smells good. Looks good. I am going to put it on the cake. And it seems like when she used to make it for us, she would always warm it up, like kind of like a breakfast bread. Seems like a little bit too much icing for the cake. I don't know. Maybe it should be in a round cake pan. Maybe I've just got it all wrong. I don't remember Grandma Mary didn't write the directions out, but you knew what you were doing. I'm going to smooth it over. Okay, I'm going to finish icing this and call my mom and ask her if she remembers. I'll be back. My Grandma Mary's butter cake. So it is a ooey gooey kind of butter cake. You melt it, or it's served warm with the icing over it. So I should have figured that out, but I didn't. So I'm going to try it all ooey and gooey. The icing is right when it's warm, so my mistake. Now I know. Thank you guys for coming along with me on this journey to figure it out. Bye.